and welcome back. In today's practice session, we are going to practice factorizing quadratic expressions. I encourage you to get involved in the process, as mathematics is no spectator sport. The only way to gauge your performance for success is by getting into the sport itself. Let's practice. Now, before we can begin factorizing quadratic expressions, we will start with a nice little warm-up activity here. Find two integers whose product is 30 and sum is 13. So we want integers, two numbers, that when you multiply them, you get 30, and when you add them, you get 13. Now, I normally do trial and error in my head. So I would say, alright, naturally, 1 times 30. 1 into 30 goes 30 times, and 30 times 1 gives me like another factor. Then I say, okay, 2 into 30, 15 times. So 2 times 15 gives me 30. That means that 15 into 30 goes 2 times. Alright. I'm thinking I try 3. So I say 3 into 30 goes 10 times, or 3 times 10. Then 10 into 30 goes 3 times, so that's 10 times 30. Sorry, 10 times 3. Then I say, okay, 4 can't go into it without leaving a remainder, so I try 5. Alright, so that's 5 times 6, so 6 times 5. Alright, then I say 7 won't work, 8 won't work, 9 won't work, and 10 is already there. 10 times 3, 3 times 10. Okay, now we have some products here, and all these products are multiplied to give us 30. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 6, 5, 30. Now, what pair here gives us the sum of 13? Now we know that this doesn't give us any, no. 2 plus 15, no. And 15 plus 2, no. So we can't use this pair unless this 13 was negative. Then 3 times 10, 30. And 3 plus 10, 30. And 10 times 3 is 30. So we have a pair here. So the answer is going to be 10 and 3. So these two numbers, when they multiply, they give us 30. And when we add them, we get 13. Now we have 28. Now, as I said, I go through in my head. And I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right up to 10. If I don't find my answer using the 10 numbers as trial and error, I may go further up to 15. Alright, so 128, so that's 1 times negative 28. And so that's negative 1 times 28. These two give us negative 28. Then I try 2. 2 times 14 gives us 28. Now, we need negative 28, so 2 can be negative or 14 can be negative. Still give us negative 28. 3 won't work. 4 won't work. Oh, sorry, 4 does work. 4 does work, yes. So, we have 4 times 7 gives us 28, but we want negative 28. So, it's negative 4 times 7, or negative 7 times 4. 5 won't work, 6 won't work, 7 won't work, 8 won't work, 9 won't work, and 10 won't work. So we look at our pairs, and we need to get positive 3. So which pair of numbers, when you add them, you get positive 3. So it won't be the first one, it won't be the second one, it's going to be the third one. So negative 4 times 7 gives us negative 28, and negative 4 plus 7 gives us positive 3. So the answer is going to be 7 and negative 4. Because 7 minus 4 gives me positive 3. Alright? Next one, C, we have negative 40. The product gives us negative 40. And the sum gives us 6. So that normal always start from 1. So 1 times negative 40, negative 40. 40 times negative 1, negative 40. We try 2. So we get 2 times 20. 20 times 2. We put on our signs. Then we have 3 won't work. So we try 4. 4 times 10 is 40. So you interchange the signs. 10 times 4. 5. 5 times 8, 40. So 1 is negative and 1 is positive. Alright. No. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. And 10 is already there because 10 times 4. Alright. Now let's observe the pair. Now which pair gives us positive 6 when we add them? It's not the first one. It's not the second one. Alright, now we have negative 4 plus 10. That will give us positive 6. And negative 10 plus 4 would give us positive 6. Would it? Negative 10 plus 4 would give us negative 6. So we'll zoom in on negative 4 and positive 10. Those would be our two integers. We wouldn't use negative 10 and positive 4 because we'll get negative 6. And we're looking for positive 6. Now, D, negative 8 are product of negative 8 and a sum of negative 7. So we have 1 times 8, 8 times 1. And we know it's negative, so we can interchange negative 8 or negative 1. Then 2 times 4, 4 times 2, and it's negative 8. So you can interchange the sign for the numbers. No, 3 won't work. 4 is already there. 5 won't work. 6 won't work. 7 won't work. And 8 is already there. 9 won't work and 10 won't work. Now, what pair, when we multiply them, we get negative 8. And when we add them, we get negative 7. Now, 1 plus negative 8 gives us negative 7. And 8 plus negative 1 gives us positive 7. So our pair here is going to be 1 and negative 8. Because 1 times negative 8 gives us negative 8. And 1 plus negative 8 gives us negative 7. Now be careful of these with the negative signs. Don't get mixed up, and if you're uncertain and you're in the exam and you feel flustered, plug it into your calculator same way. Now our next one, 56. Now 56 is what? Let's start with our basic 1. 1 times 56 and 56 times 1. Next we're looking for, let's try 2. 2 times 28. 28 times 2. And then looking for, let's try 3. 3 wouldn't work. No. Let's try 4. So that's going to be 4 times 14 and 14 times 4. Let's try 5. No, 5 wouldn't work. 6 wouldn't work. 7. 7 works. So 7 times 8 and 8 times 7. Now, 9 is not going to work and 10 doesn't work. Good. So we can pause for now. So we're looking for a pair that will, when we add them, we get negative. We add them, we get negative 15. When we multiply them, we get positive 56. No, won't be the first one here. Won't be the second one here. And it's not going to be the third one. It's going to be our fourth one. Now the trick is to the fourth one, about positive 56. So that would mean that both values will have to be negative for us, because negative times a negative gives us a positive. And when we add two negative numbers, we're going to get a negative number. So it doesn't matter in this case you want to put negative 8 before negative 7 or negative 7 before negative 8, because they're both negative numbers, and when you add them, you're going to get negative 15. So the answer here is going to be negative 7 and negative 8. F, we have the product is 108 and the sum is 21. Sum is 21. So let's start again in our heads again. 1, start from 1. 1 times 108, 108 times 1. 2 times 54. And 54 times 2. I hope you guys are following. Doing your own in your notebooks. 3 times 36. And 36 times 3. Then we have 4 times 27. And 27 times 4. Then we have 6 times 18 and 18 times 6. Then we have 9 times 12 and 12 times 9. Now, we want product 108, sum 21. Not this, not that, not that. And we said this is almost tricky, but 9 and 12. Alright, so 9 times 12 is 108. And 9 plus 12 gives you 21. So then the answer, doesn't matter if you want to put 9 before the 12 or the 12 before the 9. Now it's your time to practice. Pause this video and try the following questions, after which resume and look at your solutions. Alright, so for 18, product of 18 and sum of 19, we get 1 and 18, all that doesn't matter. Then for product of negative 132 and the sum of 1, that's going to be 12 times negative 11, and 12 minus 11 gives us positive 1. For the product of negative 30 and sum negative 13, that's going to be negative 15 and positive 2. And for product of 63 and sum negative 16, we get negative 7 and negative 9. Now that you're warm and ready to go, we can now begin factorizing a quadratic expression using the AC method and factorization by grouping. First, we're going to ensure that our quadratic expression is written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Then, we're going to factor the highest common factor. The link will be in the description for those who did not see that video. Step 3, we're going to multiply the a term by the c and identify our b terms. Then, we're going to find the pairs for AC and B, that when we multiply them we get AC, and when we add them we get B. We're going to break up our trinomial into a 4-term polynomial and factorize by grouping. So let's begin. Factorize the quadratic expression x squared plus 7x plus 12. Now, first thing, is this in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c? So we have our form, must be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So good, it's in the same form. Hence, my a value is equal to 1 and my b value is equal to 7 and my c value is equal to 12. Now that we have identified what our a, b and c values are, we need to know our ac value. So a times c. So a times c is equal to 1 times 12. That's 12. And our b value is 7. So we want to find two numbers. When we multiply them, we get 12. And when we add them, we get 7. So we have x squared plus 7x plus 12. So we want two numbers when we multiply them. So the product is 12 and the sum is 7. Now what two numbers are those? So we have 12. 1 times 12. 12 times 1. What else again? We can try 2. 2 times 6. And 6 times 2. We can try 3. 3 times 4. And 4 times 3. Now we don't have to go any further because we want a sum of 7. And we know that 3 plus 4 gives us 7 and 4 plus 3 gives us 7. So we have found our pair. So in this case, because all the values are positive, we can go ahead and use either 3 plus 4 or 4 plus 3. So now we can break down our middle term here into 4x and 3x, or 3x and 4x. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. Now this 7 now becomes 3x plus 4x. Now we're back to what we're familiar with, which is factorizing by grouping. And with factorization by grouping, we're going to use what we're also familiar with, which is factorizing using the highest common factor. Let's focus on our first two terms. What's the highest common factor for x squared and 3x? Our highest common factor is x. So, x into x squared goes x times, and x into 3x goes 3 times. What's the highest common factor that can be taken over 4x and 12? That number is 4. So 4 into 4x goes x times, and 4 into 12 goes 3 times. So hence, our factors are x plus 3 and x plus 4. And those give us our factors for x squared plus 7x plus 12. And to test your answer, you can go ahead and multiply them, and you will get back 7x squared plus 7x plus 12. Now for question 2, we have 12x squared plus 28x plus 15. Now the first thing we need to establish, ensure that it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Yes, we have the x squared first, then the x term, then the constant. Good. So we can, by comparison, a is equal to 12, b is equal to 28, and c is equal to 15. Now we want to find our a times c. So that's 12 times 15. And 12 times 15 gives us what? 180. That's a big number here. 12 times 15, 180. Now, and the sum, which is our b term, is 28. So we want two numbers, and we multiply them. Product is 180 and the sum is 28. Now, this may take us some time for us to go through all the possible factors to eliminate. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get straight to the point. So it's going to be, we can either have 10 times 18 and 18 times 10. We get 180. Hence, if I multiply them, I get 180, and if I add them, I get 28. So my 28x now becomes 10x plus 18x, or 18x plus 10x. So I have 12x squared plus 10x plus 18x plus 15. Now it doesn't matter which one you want to put first, it's going to be the same thing. So we're going to factorize by grouping, and then factorize using the highest common factor, the first two terms and the last two terms. So the highest common factor that can be taken out of 12x squared and 10x is going to be 2x. So 2x into 12x squared gives us 6x. And 2x into 10x gives us 5. The highest common factor for 18x and 15 is going to be 3. 3 into 18x gives us 6x. And 3 into 15 goes 5 times. Hence, our factors are 6x plus 5 and 2x plus 3. Now, question 3 is worked the same way as questions 1 and 2. So I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and try question 3, resume the video, compare your solution, and let's go. Alright, so our factors for 14x squared, negative 41x plus 15, our factors are 2x minus 5 and 7x minus 3. Now for our final example, example 4. First thing we need to do, put it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So in this case, it's going to be negative 15x squared, negative 11x plus 12. Now, normally we like the first term of our quadratic expression to be a positive term. So we're going to factor out negative 1, or I can say divide through by negative 1. So hence we'll have 15x squared plus 11x minus 12. Now, our a times c, so our a value is going to be 15, b is going to be 11, and c is negative 12. So hence a times c gives us negative 180. So we're looking for two numbers where the product gives us negative 180 and the sum gives us positive 11. Hence, what are those two? So we can say 1 times 180, or negative 180 still wouldn't give us anything there. 2 times 90, or 90 times 2, with a negative or positive still wouldn't give us anything. Then we have 3 times 60, with a negative or a positive still wouldn't give us nothing. 4 times 45, with a negative or a positive still wouldn't give us anything also. 5 times 36 still wouldn't give us anything. 6 times 30, too far from 11 same way. And then 9 times 20, 20 minus 9, 11. Perfect. Alright? So ding ding ding, our answer will be right here. So hence our 11x now becomes 20x minus 9x. So our middle term breaks out to 15x squared plus 20x minus 9x minus 12. Factorize by grouping. First two, last two, highest common factor. So the highest common factor of 15x squared and 20x is 5x. And we have 3x plus 4. Factor out negative 3. So we're left with 3x plus 4. So our factors are 5x minus 3 and 3x plus 4. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and give me some feedback. Email me. Look in the description. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MathsMeter. Thank you. Bye-bye.